This image is nightmare fuel for Caitlin Clark's haters, because they know everything just changed. Let me explain. They thought they had Caitlin on the ropes. She was struggling. She was out of action, and the Fever were floundering without her. They thought Diana Taurasi's reality is coming prophecy was finally coming true. They smelled blood and they were getting in their petty jabs. But the Fever's Commissioner's Cup win flipped the script. Nobody saw it coming, especially ESPN, who absolutely humiliated themselves. I'll get to them in a moment. This win transformed the landscape for Caitlin and the Fever for the rest of the season in 3 important ways. I'll explain in this video, but if we've learned anything, the more success Caitlin has, the more the war on her and the Fever intensifies. And Caitlin's statement after the game, just wait, it'll end up being a prophecy. Let's get right into what happened, the reaction from the haters, and what to expect going forward. But first, drop a trophy in the comments to celebrate the Fever's win. The first things first, this is what Fever fans expected at the start of the year, but virtually nobody expected heading into the Commissioner's Cup Finals. The Fever started the year being touted as championship contenders. They brought in the big-name free agents. They had the Now You Know campaign that basically said, we run this league, and you can pound sand if you don't like it. And of course, they had Caitlin Clark, who came back jacked and ready to take her game to the next level. And they started with a bang, obliterating the sky in front of 2.7 million viewers. But then things got messy with the hate speech investigation, Caitlin's 5-game injury, Dwana pulling a Peter Gibbons from Office Space, and deciding she'd stop working but continue to collect a paycheck. And when we thought things had gotten back to normal. After Caitlin's legendary return against the Liberty, the next game was Gladiator Night at Gamebridge with MMA Mayberry and UFC JC taking their best. Shots at Caitlin while the ref basically gave them suggestion. Then, Caitlin got injured in garbage time against the Storm, keeping her out of the Commissioner's Cup. So yeah, when you add it all up, the Fever were not supposed to beat the Lynx. So much so that during the game ESPN had one of the biggest cell phones of all time. Anyway, without Caitlin, the team stepped up and showed what they were made of. They were down early, but then went on an 18-0 run and never looked back. They got great individual performances, including Natasha Howard, who said she wanted to be MVP, and gosh darn it, it happened. Now that's manifestation at work. Anyway, the Fever pulled an Uno reverse on ESPN. They dominated the Lynx in their barn without Caitlin Clark playing, and the haters proceeded to lose their minds. Not just because the Fever won, but because Caitlin, while not playing, won a championship. You see, the go-to-knock against Caitlin was that she hadn't won a championship. That's what kept her out of ESPN's top 5 college players of all time list, despite rewriting the record book and carrying a mid-team to the finals twice. Even though the whole rivalry with Angel Reese is stupid at this point because they're not in the same Galaxy talent or impact-wise, they've used Caitlin's lack of a title paired with Angel's championship with LSU and unrivaled to say that Angel is superior because she's a quote-unquote winner. It's been the haters' crutch, and now, with this Commissioner's Cup win, it's gone. But of course, if you ask the haters, it doesn't count. Not only are they saying it's not a real championship, they're saying that because Caitlin didn't play in the final game, it doesn't count anyway. Now, of course, this is garbage logic for this reason alone. Caitlin was the reason they got there after playing lights-out ball against the Liberty, and then making a significant impact in the game against the Sun. But the award for Salty's tears go to those saying the game was rigged. But what's funny about this is the selective logic. These are the same people who celebrated the hell out of Angel Reese's unrivaled championship, which is a professional championship, but not the same format as the WNBA. But then there's this. Angel not only didn't play in the final, she wasn't in the building. But none of this stopped her and the fans and the media from celebrating her, creating graphics, congratulating her on a championship, and using it to tear down Caitlin Clark because now Angel had 2 chips to Caitlin 0.